Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Retro Series Walmart exclusive Seaspray. You can see them there in front of the box. We're going to put it off the side real quick, and it's not so much a box as much as, well, it's a card with a blister pack. Don't see those very often anymore. But yeah, you can see it's a very retro style, and you got the old classic Transformers logo. It says 8+ now. You got the retro G1 artwork. Also, of course, now instead you got the new toy alt mode instead of the old one. We got Autobot Seaspray right there. You got the blaster pack he comes in. One option says Hasbro, the classic Hasbro, the logo right there. On the back, you have our Transformers, and of course this is the 85 artwork on the back here, and this is the whole thing right there. And hey, look, there's the old tech specs and bio right there. If you want to look at that, of course, there's the little thing right there with for the decoder, and of course, there's some manufacturing information, some warnings, and the barcode and all that stuff, and of course, yeah, authentic and Hasbro, and there you go. And of course, here's the instructions, which are. Yeah, they're pretty straightforward. Not too bad figuring out what to do, although there's definitely a couple bits where it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, Seaspray. Yes, the new Seaspray, which is, at this point, this one is a Walmart exclusive, although that's not going to be the case for a while, forever, because, well, this version of the mold. This whole thing about this line is basically taking the molds and making very, very toy-inspired versions rather than the usual toon-inspired thing, and, so this is reversed from the usual, which is, as of late we're beginning the toy style version, or the toon style version first, then this Walmart line with the toy style version here with Seaspray and apparently Wheelie, as it's been we've discovered. We're getting the toy version first with this retro line, then we're going to get the toon styling down the road. So yeah, don't fret too much if you miss out on this one, but yeah, getting a little bit closer, you can see it's got a more of a G1 toy style the thing with no eyes in there. It's just black right there. You got the face kind of grill thing. You got this big old like propeller hood box, whatever you want to call it. His belly with that thing. There's these little details like little bits of gold and blue and silver right there. Picked out. You got the lighter blue. On here, you got the yellow in the legs, and again, more blue for the feet and everything. His backside actually is pretty clean. He's got the little propellers right there, but yeah, his backside's pretty clean. Everything cleans up pretty nicely. Yeah, he looks pretty nice. I went ahead and got this guy because well, basically with Seaspray, I don't really mind either way with a toy or toon, so grab the first one. So here I did. And my understanding, toon version is probably going to have eyes right here. They're going to put I think the Autobot symbol will be right here, and this shade of blue will be a bit darker. And as you'll see in a little bit, there's a bit of a comparison to make there. But regardless, not bad looking, honestly. Seaspray is very much in the most, whichever one came first, I wouldn't mind either way. Wheelie's in a weird place. I'm seeing that new wheel, I'm like, well, okay, we're doing this too with Wheelie, I guess, for some reason. Makes sense. I mean, we're making everyone else deluxe, so I guess Wheelie gets a spot too. I guess. But yeah, as for posability, head is on a ball joint, although it's kind of difficult. Again, it's in this box, it's difficult. But yeah, you got this, got left and right here. You do have a bit of forward and back. You do have a little bit of waggle and stuff right there. Right there. Shoulders can do a full 360 right there. You can do outward right there, pretty much that far before it stops. And well, actually, there it goes, a little thing in there, which, yeah, it's this little thing right here kind of stops it from going any further unless you really push. I'm a little worried about the long-term bit right there, but there's a swivel right here above the elbow. There's a elbow itself can go bend more than 90 degrees. Right here, there's no wrist swivel, but the wrist can hinge up and down. I thought that was for transformation, but no, it's just a hinge for the hand. So we go up and down. There is a waist swivel, which is nice. There's hips going forward that far and back that far, and outward you got that far. If also, by the way, I've noticed if you position the waist in a certain position that the hips kind of stuck, the hips gets a little stuck on the waist, so my bottom of the torso, so be mindful of that. You do have the thigh swivel right there. Knees can bend about a little more than 90 degrees. And down here at the feet, you do have ankle tilts. It's only about that far though, before it kind of stops. As for forward and back, and kind of, if you untap, transform it, but you can get a little bit back, but you're kind of untabbing and untransforming and everything. So there you go. Not bad looking. Not bad about opposability, although you just got to watch the hips and the waist. I think someone resorted to shaving something down or something. I don't remember why. But yeah, of course he comes with a gun. It's a little silver gun right here. Comes with that, and of course it just pegs into his hand just fine, so he can hold it like that, no problem. There you go. Storage points. Right here, your problem is this thing right here, so that's the biggest problem, is there's no real way to do that. No real storage points. There's no real way to put in this thing, except I guess you can store it right here for the vehicle mode. You can have the gun on the side of his head if you want. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, but unfortunately, because of the shape of the gun, there is no real way to store the gun in his robot mode. So there's that, except for, again, on the side of his head, or side of his head box. Yeah, overall, not a bad update to Seaspray, honestly. He looks pretty decent. Yeah, so a new thing I'm trying to do right now that I finally got a new scale and everything, I'm trying to basically, list things like heights and weights and stuff. So, yeah, Seaspray here in robot mode, he is about, to the top of the figure right here, he's about 5 inches-ish, just shy of 5 inches tall, or 12.5 centimeters. Or to the top of the head, he's about 4.5 inches tall, or about 11.5 centimeters. Thereabouts, a little bit around there, but yeah, he's about shy of 5. It's like 4 point something inches right here. So yeah, he's not particularly tall, and he also weighs about 2.7 ounces or 76 grams. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you need that information, because apparently that's now important. Now as for some comparisons, of course, standard. Here's Studio Series 86 Optimus, who's of course obviously quite a bit taller. That. Here he is next to his Titans Return version. Yes, the version I reviewed so long ago now. Man, it's been almost a decade since I reviewed this guy. But yeah, you can see this guy was the what they call it at the time, it wasn't core yet. I think they were still calling it Legends officially, but yeah. And we see a bit of a height difference. Again, this one's the more cartoon, somewhat more of a cartoon deco, so you can barely see his eyes and you see the darker blue, but yeah. Oop. Yeah, but he's got an actual gun now. See that? And I'm going to compare him to some of the other 85 mini bots that showed up, including here's Warpath from Kingdom. That. The Velocitron Cosmos. Is that? And of course, Beachcomber. There's a legacy release. So there's that. And Power Glide apparently is not officially announced yet, but has been leaked out. So hey, Power Glide is coming apparently this coming year. So hey. So we'll have the 85 bots done pretty soon. So yeah, that's Seaspray. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good and everything. He poses pretty decently for the most part. You just gotta watch the hips and waist, and there you go. So transformation. It's actually surprisingly complicated, but it kind of makes sense considering he's a bit of a smaller deluxe. So first, of course, get the gun out of his hand. Then what you want to do is take the head and rotate it 180 degrees so it's looking like that, right there. Then you want to go ahead and, back here, you want to untab this panel right here, like that, kind of bring that out. And then this bit right here, what you want to do is this whole yellow bit that the head's on, you want to kind of pull it up in the back part and then unseat it right there, because there's a hinge right there that more or less lets you do that. So yeah, you pull it up like that. Then what you want to do here is go ahead and kind of tilt this forward like this, and then there's a little armature. You can see that the shoulders are attached. You can rotate that round like that, and just keep the arms out like this, and then also rotate this arm right here like that. Then it goes. Yeah. Then again, same thing on this side. You can see take the armature and rotate it around like that right here. Keep the arm out for a little bit right now, and then rotate that around like there at the bicep. And then up here, you want to go and take this, and these slots right here go over these tabs right here. Well, once you got this tabbed away like right there like that, and then you bring this up and tab that in right there. And for mine also, these tabs were a little bit snug the first time, so just be mindful of that. And so you got that right there. Now, then what you want to do here is, this is the fun one, because this is where a common problem is. You want to take these bits right here. You want to, there's a hinge in there. You want to bring these down and out to the side like this, like that. And it's a very common problem, and on mine it's on the right side, which is they like to unseat themselves. The hinge bit likes to, like that. The unfortunate problem is, basically the problem is, you can see that there's that hole right there. There's excess plastic in there. And I've gotten some of it out of there, but it's, you can see there's still some in there, and so I'm having a hard time getting the rest of it out. So basically what happens, because that excess plastic is in there, that these little nubs that's supposed to attach to, well, it doesn't say really seat itself properly, so it comes out really easily, unfortunately. So, I mean, it's not like it's difficult to put back in, but it is annoying that it even detaches at all. But, yeah, so I'm going to keep fixing that. Yeah, so you got to get those down out to the side like this, and then go ahead and bring these in a little bit. You want to try and bring them down like this. Then down here at the feet, what you want to do about down here is take right back here. You want to take these flaps and bring them out like this. You want to take this center bit right here, and you want to bring this one out like that. Then from here, what you want to do is come down here. You want to unfold this, and then fold this forward right there, like that. Then fold this piece right here. You want to fold that around, and it's all sitting like that in the front. See, now that you can see the difference in the foot now. Same thing on this side. Bring this out, bring this forward, tab that in, and bring this forward, and this will kind of somewhat slot in right there like that. Then up right here, what you want to do is untab the right here. There's a tab right here. Untab the leg from the foot. And you collapse this down in here like this. It's gonna sit here in here like that. Same thing on this side. You untab that and collapse it down in like that. Go ahead and tab these bits together right here like this. Then down here, right here, you see this? There's a hinge right here. You fold the waist up, and this tab right here will go in that little slot. You can see that. And then you fold that in. Make sure to clear those bits like that. Then bring the legs forward on the hip joints. That's still tabbed in. You want to make sure that more or less you can see there's a locking bit on the knees. You want to unlock those and bring those down, and also bring those hips up the rest of the way. You see this little like tab thing right here. This will go over the top right here. You can see this little slot there. That'll go over top, and so the leg is going to be sitting. You can see that the legs are sitting like that once it's all said and done. Then you make sure to bring the arms up and underneath like this, and you see this tab will go, into the arm like that, and bring it up and underneath, and again that tabs over like that. Then you go ahead and tab these into the sides of the legs right there. You can see that, and that, like that. And you take this little box here and rotate this around like so, and with that, you have Seaspray in its vehicle mode. Yep, this is sure is Seaspray, and he turns into a hovercraft like he's supposed to, although sometimes this bit likes to kind of untab a little bit. But yeah, he turns into basically a hovercraft. I mean, you can kind of see his legs right there, but the vent detailing and everything that he has, that kind of works a little bit. There's a little bit of gapping right there because of how it works. But yeah, they got the big old silver bit right here with the Autobot symbol. You got the black windows right here. You got, again, the kind of another set of windows right here. You got the propellers, which by the way do spin. They actually spin pretty decently too, which is nice. His head's just kind of chilling out back here. You can see that, but whatever. Honestly, it's right there. It's a little sucks a little bit. That's just kind of, there's nothing like covering that up. I mean, they could have possibly added like a second panel here that folded up over. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they could have done, but I kind of part of me wishes there was something to hide that better. But it's not horrible. I mean, it's right there in the back. You could pretend to the engine. I mean, there's detailing right here on the back of his head, which implies something. So I don't know. It's just the engine. I don't know. But yeah, inside it's kind of hollow, but yeah, it's fine. But also, by the way, considering everything, he's not going to float. You're crazy. If you think he's going to float, yeah, no. There's nothing, no wheels or anything either, so he just kind of will glide. But yeah, he's a hovercraft, so kind of what you expect, really. And he works pretty well. It's kind of a little bit back heavy, no. Yeah, so you got the gun can store right here as well, like that. He's about 5 inches long, or 12.7 centimeters long if in this mode. So there's that. So some comparisons real quick. Once again, here he is with Studio Series 86 Optimus, right there. Definitely not on scale with each other, unless you have a really particularly small hovercraft. Here's the original, or not original, Titan's Return one, which, yep, bit different. Clearly different kind of hovercraft overall, but also has the same problem of the heads just kind of chilling out there. This, they have the panel, but yeah. Really enough, this feels like it hides it, but way better, even though it's like almost more blatant in some ways. So there's that. Of course, here's a Kingdom Warpath. Just to give you an idea there. That Velocitron Cosmos. And Legacy Beachcomber. Again, most of the 85 mini bots are here just waiting for Power Glide. So there's that. So yeah, that's Seaspray. Overall, he's pretty solid. He's a pretty solid new deluxe mini bot general. He's got he's got somewhat more involved transformation than you might think. Overall, he's pretty solid. Again, the biggest thing is just simply these bits. Some on people's, he seems one or the other, or sometimes both, seems to like to pop off of these bits really easily. Or seems just shaving away some excess plastic inside the hole for the hinge seems to fix it. That's one problem people have. Mine, sometimes these bits like to come apart a little bit. Right here, this part, the front, sometimes likes to split apart a little bit. It doesn't take too much to real tab it in. And you got to watch out for the hips and the waist when moving them around. So, but overall though, he's a pretty solid figure. He's a pretty solid figure, and yeah, whether or not you get this version, or I believe the Toon version, hopefully the Toon version fixes the hinge problem. But yeah, either way, he's pretty solid. He's currently a Walmart exclusive in the U.S., so but he's still $25. Comes on the retro card and everything. This is again for the toy style version, G1 toy style version. Later on, almost certainly the Toon version will have a mass retail release, so you don't have to worry if you miss out on this one for whatever reason. Don't worry, they will be almost certainly be doing the Toon version. It'll be pretty much the same mold, different colors, so you can wait if you don't quite like how this one looks or something, you particularly just really need those eyes on his head or whatever. That'll be coming down the line. But if you don't mind or prefer the toy version, he's really good. Overall, just little things you gotta watch out for, but he's pretty solid overall. So yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.